Welcome back to Sports Hop. You already know what time it is. It's on and popping. It's your player partner, Mack B. Back at it, back in the building, episode 54. We going all the way up. And before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We appreciate all the love here at Sports Hop. We building together. Much love to all the fans out there watching the show. And without further ado, I got my player partner in the building. We've been trying to set this up for a minute. I'm so excited. I got the one and only Smitty in the building. What's up, Playboy?
What's going on, man? I'm honored to be here, man. We've definitely have tried to plan this out for some time now, so I'm really happy that we finally be able to do this.
It's great to make it happen, man, and it's good to see you, family. How you been? You been good? I know you've been busy now.
Yeah.
You been good?
It's been crazy, man, but all is blessed, and I'm grateful for everything, man. Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of feeling blessed, man, and being blessed like yourself, man, I was on set, man, recently. You had a video that you were directing. Shout out to the Eastsiders featuring Kokane, produced by the real Schizo.
Yeah.
Well connected, man, and that was just a great experience, man. It was a great day. Everybody had a lot of fun. How did that come about, man? How did you link up with them and make that project happen?
Well, it was pretty much starting the relationship with the Kokane. You know, he just hit me up one day and he said, "Hey, man."
Shout out to Kokane.
Hey, shout out to Kokane.
One of the realest in the game.
For real. Real quick, before even speaking on that, Kokane, man, I got love for you, OG.
Yes.
He's always serving me up game, giving me good guidance, and just like an OG should, you know. And I really appreciate the opportunities that he's given me, you know what I mean. And it's an honor. So with that being said, yeah, he hit me up one day and he said, "Hey, I need a video done. What's up?" When it come through, so I drive to Hollywood. They got this spot. And yeah, sure enough, he had me check out the spot, and he goes, "The song's for the Eastsiders." I said, "Oh, hell yeah!" So you know, we did the business real quick, and he said, "Come through tomorrow. It's going down." So yeah. So that's what happened, man. It just came pretty easily. A lot of the blessings that I've gotten in my life have just fallen to my lap.
Yeah.
I mean, I've worked hard to get to where I'm at. But a lot of these opportunities, like some of these big videos, the Eastsiders, that was huge. It literally just landed in my lap,
right?
You know, but that's why I have to say too, to everybody watching, always give 150% of yourself, because you never know what future opportunities that job's gonna get you by giving 150% for that job. So you know, that's. Yeah.
Real talk. And you never know who's watching.
Exactly.
When you facilitate that 150, you feel me? Like, and that leads to so many open doors, and well deserved, man. You know, that was a great video, man. It was a great shoot. And shout out to Trady and Goldie Loke, by the way, and Death Row. I mean, Snoop just changing the game as always. Absolutely. You know, bringing all the OGs back. I just love it. But I really like that track, and that video came out fire, man.
And you got a sick cameo too.
Thank you for that, man. Appreciate the love, man. Yeah. Make sure y'all peep that Well Connected, you feel me? I got a little something in there, but you guys definitely did your Thug Thizzle on that, man. And you've done so many, you know, different videos and work with so many different artists.
Yeah.
What's the most memorable moment? I know you probably have a few, right? But what was the craziest thing that happened or went down on set, man, when you were doing your thing behind the camera?
For any shoot in the past?
Any shoot at all. Artist big or small. Doesn't matter. Something that just sticks with you, like.
Well, you know, as everybody knows, life lessons create character, and you have to go through the BS in order to grow as a human being. You know, so there was this one shoot in particular with MC Magic.
Shout out to MC Magic.
Shout out to MC Magic. I love MC Magic, man. That's my
Respect.
guy. But one of the shoots that we had, it was planned for a San Diego sunny day. When we got there, it was raining, it was overcast, it was cold.
Ooh.
He rented a yacht.
Ooh.
It was everything that could go wrong kind of went wrong, you know. But we made it happen, and the video came out dope. Still, it came out awesome. But I was under a lot of pressure that day, to the point where I was just like, man, this man has spent so much money to make this video happen, and yet now with all the weather and everything else, it's all on me to make this dope. you know. So, and we're not talking about a couple grand here. We're talking about way more. So
stress level went through the roof.
Stress level was through the roof. But you know what? I'm thankful for that shoot because it taught me a few lessons.
You learned a lot.
I learned a lot, and his philosophy too is, we're here, baby. Let's get it done. We can't control the rain. We can't control. What we can do is just show out. Let's get it done.
Right.
You know. So nowadays, when things go wrong during shoots, I've pretty much experienced the worst already. So now I'm just like, you know what? We're here. Let's get it done. Like yesterday, I was in Santa Barbara shooting for an artist. It was supposed to be sunny, everything. It was raining. And most people would freak out because I'm already getting paid and everything else. And they're paying money, and it's not going to be the vibe that they wanted.
Right.
But me, I threw positivity into that situation. I said, look, the rain's going to make it more cinematic, you know? So let's just do it.
Right.
You know, and let's just, rain or shine, we're gonna do this video, and it came out dope. I edited it already, and they love it. So, you know, lessons like that, you know, it really it's very key to your growth and development. You know,
that's what I love about you, man, and I've witnessed it firsthand. When you're on set, man, you run a tight ship, first of all, okay? You kind of got a New York vibe to you, man, a little bit, man. Like, you really bring the attention, and you when it's chaotic, man, you get everybody listening, like everything. Everybody could be chatting and chirping, but the minute that Smitty opens his mouth and raises his voice, it's like quiet as a church mouse in there, man. I'm like, damn, he really got control of the whole production, man. But that's how you have to be, especially when money and time is on the line, and a lot of people are there for the fun and you know, the party vibe, but they don't understand there's a business behind this, right?
Yeah.
And so I like how you take control, man, and you're able to pivot and maneuver, because I peep game, I've watched.
Yeah.
And I like the swag, I like the drip in terms of what you do on set, man. So where did that come from, man? Was that associated with just how you grew up? Talk to me about how you have that element in you to just take control of the situation, no matter what the circumstances are.
Well, I mean,
because you do it, man, and you do it well.
I mean, these days I try to implement those past characteristics into a positive motion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But back then I was an asshole. You know what I mean? And alpha male to the point where I'm gonna speak mine, and I don't care who feels any way about it. So that's how my mentality always was. And nowadays, I guess what the whole thing of that would be the lack of fear or whatever of speaking out. I'm very outspoken. You know what I mean? So now I implement that for shoots. I'm not afraid to hurt feelings or tell people, hey, you need to come over here, you need to go over there. Because you heard me that day. I was like, if anybody wants to be a part of this scene, you need to be here right now, or else you ain't being in here, and I ain't reshooting it. You know, I'm not gonna reshoot it. You need to be here. And it's difficult sometimes because there's 50, 60 people on a set. Everyone's drinking, everyone's smoking, everyone's having a good time. And and people seem to forget, it's not the artist that seem to forget, or sometimes it is the artist that seem to forget. They think it's a party, you know, but this is a video shoot. And there's $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 on the line sometimes for some of these guys. So
it's a business.
It's a business. So I have to really conduct this, because it's kind of like LA traffic, bro. If you, and this is a perfect analogy for this, if you're sitting in traffic and you have your blinker on and you're just waiting for people to just let you in, you're never gonna go. You're never gonna get to the next lane. You have, LA traffic, fools are cutting people off all day long. You have to take it. You know what I mean? You have to take your chance, your opportunity. So that's why I say, I just have to throw it out there. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing I can, you know, say is you have to really speak on it and direct the way the whole shoot's flowing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if you don't speak up, no one's gonna listen to you. If you don't speak up with dominance and with, you know, with control, people, if I were to be like, excuse me guys, we're gonna do this next scene, please. Everyone's just gonna be like, shut the fuck up, you know? Like, no one's gonna care, you know? So I have to speak up. Excuse me, if the next scene is about to be shot in 5 minutes, if everybody who wants to participate in this scene needs to be right here in 5 minutes, or else you ain't gonna be in the scene. I mean, you just have to be bold sometimes.
Right.
Or else, you know, people are gonna walk all over you or not really hear you, you know? Especially in an environment like that where drinking and alcohol, you know, all smoking's going on and stuff. You know?
I feel you, man, and you know, you've nurtured a lot of relationships over the years in the industry. You know, you're connected with a lot of heavy hitters and some newbies, like up and comers in the game. Favorite artist to work with and why?
Probably MC Magic.
Shout out to Magic.
Kokane.
Coca.
Yeah, Kokane's fun.
Love that dude.
You know, I like Kokane. He's so easygoing. He respects the director's role and everything. He'll tell you a little bit of what he wants and what he's going for, and you pitch it to him, and he's just like, let's do it. You know, like he's very. I like that he respects my creativity. You know.
You know, and speaking of Magic, man, you know, a little bird told me, you know, you got some other future projects in the works with MC Magic, and
yeah,
we won't have to let the cat out of the bag just yet.
Yeah, but we're doing something right now for sure.
There's some other things that are going to be coming, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm really excited for that. There's a lot of things, and Magic got some good things in the works too coming up. So be on the lookout for that. You know, he's a good man. You know,
right.
I like surrounding myself in this industry. As you know, you've been around. You know,
yeah.
And you were telling me some of the heavy hitters you worked with. So congratulations to that and respect. Salute to your
Thank you, man.
accomplishments, because that's a beautiful thing. I feel everybody should get their props and respect.
Thank you.
Before they pass. Everyone always gives flowers after
right.
you pass. You know, I think people should be like, hey man, like if anybody hasn't said I'm proud of you and you're doing the damn thing, I'm proud of you and you're doing the damn thing, you know? You know, props is always, you know, good to give, you know, where credit's due, you know? But yeah, man, I'm just so grateful. You know, this industry is very, it's very disgusting in a sense, you know? So I like to surround myself with like-minded individuals, people who have light in them, people who like to empower individuals, feed the spirit,
right?
You know what I mean? And push that positivity, because, I mean, I'm not sure about your background, but mine is filled with negativity and hate, and I just never want to be on that side of the fence ever again. You know what I mean? I try my best these days to stay righteous of what I feel the righteous route is, you know?
Yeah.
And just be a good human being, man. That's, you know, I'm a father of 2 nowadays, and you know, I love my boys, and I'm just trying to. It's hard, man. If you really want to talk about some real shit, we can dive into some other stuff, because what I'm struggling with right now as a man, and I know we're kind of swaying this off, but this is what just hit me right now.
Let it off your chest. It's all good, homie.
What I struggle with is because I don't really have any father figures in my life.
Yeah.
And what I'm struggling with as a man right now, bro, is where to go next in fatherhood. You know, when you're raising kids and certain situations happen, most men have another man to say, like, how do I handle this situation?
Yeah.
Or what do I do about this? Or what should I do about this? I have nothing, man. Just like my life, raising myself. I raised myself in the system. And that's why I feel I was so fucked up and so straight, so far off path, you know?
Right.
And now in adulthood, I'm just like, I feel like I have to put these horse blinders on myself, because I'm like, man, I cannot stray, because if I fuck up, who's gonna look after these boys? If I fuck up, who's gonna carry the weight that I'm carrying for these kids, you know? And so those are some of the things that I'm, you know, that's on my head, that weighs on my heart right now in life, you know?
Right. And I can relate, man. You know, I grew up without a father.
Yeah, me too, man.
You know, and when I became a father, I was barely becoming a man. I was trying to figure myself out.
Yeah.
Now I've got a young son, and didn't always do everything the right way, made a lot of bad decisions. But remember, in life, it's not how you start the race, it's how you finish. And your transition and your progressiveness through the journey, right?
Yeah.
So you always will have somebody, brother. You know, this dude sitting next to you right here, man.
Brother.
Anytime you need anything, man, I'm a phone
you.
call away.
Thank
know
you
that,
so
man.
much, man.
Much love, and I say that on the air for anybody watching the show.
I appreciate
We a family here at Sports Hop. We love you, man. We believe in you.
Thank
and
you.
it takes a lot of courage, man, to even open up and confess those kind of things, right? Because nobody has a squeaky clean image or has a level of perfection. You know, we all have flaws. We all are trying to work on whatever it is.
Absolutely.
To get to the next level. And part of that self-love, man, and that growth is basically coming to the forefront and just opening up, man. And that's a big thing, man. So I really, really am touched that you were compelled to speak on that, man. So you know.
I'm an open book, brother.
Yeah.
I'm an open book.
That's dope.
And I've been on a few shows, and I just wanted to share something that I haven't shared on those shows.
Yeah.
You know, and to give a different glimpse of me, because it gives people, you know, like, hey, check out this. I speak on something I've never spoke on before or whatever. Gives a glimpse of that, you know.
Yeah.
Like us men speaking on mental health.
Right.
You know, I mean, that's a whole another conversation, but that's real, man.
Very,
you know,
very,
I mean,
very much like
very real, and it's very yeah, man, it's a serious conversation of what we all go through, you know, as men, and just trying to maintain every day, you know, the stress of, you know, kids and baby mamas and, you know, everybody else in this industry trying to take you. And
yeah,
this industry is just, man, it's just crazy, especially for a videographer like me, man. It's like everybody just wants to take and just give so little back, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I know we're straying off topic, so let's curve back to what your
it's all good
questionnaires, you know what I mean?
We're gonna circle back around. How did you get in the game in terms of production, man? Talk to me on what motivated you to go behind the lens, because you work well, man, and I've witnessed it firsthand. I mean, we were literally together that day for like 12 hours.
Yeah.
I've seen you get down, and I've been in the film game for over 20 years, so I know a little something about it, man. Yeah. Actually, a lot. But you know, I like how you work, man. What motivated you to get behind the lens and start directing and start doing the, you know, the creative stuff that you've been doing, man?
Okay, well,
was there a particular moment?
I started making music, and I was with the team for like, I don't know, like 6, 7 years, 8 years. It was about like 2016. Me and my label mates, the label, we fell out. You know what I mean? We fell out, and I was just, you know, down on my luck, and something just told me to pick up a camera. You know, I picked up a camera. Well, I guess I'll be real with myself for a quick second. I mean, I want to say that that's how it went down, but I think realistically it was me as an artist, because I made music.
Right.
I was like, if I learn how to film, it might be cheaper to film, you know, like to learn the trade of that.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what I think that was the main motivation of it. But at that time, I didn't want to make music anymore because of the team that I fell out with, right? It was a hard separation, you know. So and as someone like me, as a man who didn't have a lot of family growing up and didn't have a lot of that, you know, the brotherhood of that, I took it to heart, you know. And so when we fell out, that was the new route that I took. I picked up a camera, and I really taught myself quickly. And I really noticed within the first couple music videos that I tried, I noticed how good they looked. It's just the camera quality didn't match the way my shots were. I think I started on a Canon Rebel.
Okay.
A Canon Rebel.
I remember that camera.
4 or 5 Ti or something like that. So yeah, man. And that's how it all started. Then I was doing truck driving at that time, so I put my money where my mouth is, and I started updating the camera. I think my second camera was a Panasonic GH5S, I think it was, which is a low light beast. So I was starting to get a lot of like little like low light shots, and really starting to take my skills to another level. And yeah, man, like I was just hungry. That's why I always try to preach on these shows, and you know, I want to talk to the youth, the up and comers, the person who's interested into filming, you know. Believe in yourself, man. Invest in yourself. You know, I mean, you might not have $1,000 or $2,000 for a camera these days, you know what? But do everything you can to try to make that money, because that camera will make you money. You know, that's an investment, like a barber. You know, you cutting hair, you're guaranteed to make money doing that. You're guaranteed to make money. You know, but that's a solid hustle. So invest in yourself, believe in yourself, and pursue your dreams, man. You know, don't be a dreamer. I've talked to so many people in this world, and they're like, oh, I want to do this, I want that. Well, what are you doing to make that a reality? Well, nothing. Well, so you're a dreamer. You know what I mean? Because you're not doing that. I can see if you said, hey, I want to be a doctor, and I'm hustling cocaine until I pay off my tuition or whatever. Oh, okay, well, that's a goal. Like you're putting that into motion, you know? So that's respectable. I mean, you know, I hope you don't get caught in that process, but you know what I'm saying? But that's what I always tell everybody, man. Believe in yourself and pursue your goals, because fuck working a 9 to 5 and working for somebody else. You know, slave for your own dreams, slave for your own self.
Real talk.
You know what I mean?
Real talk. Love it, man. Speaking of the music, man, let's pivot to the music side of things, because it sounds to me like before you got creative behind the camera, you were an artist, and you still are an artist today.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your music development. Who motivated you to get in the game and start rapping and start writing songs? Talk to me about that process.
Okay, let's dive deep. No one knows
Let's
this
go.
story. No, I've never shared this story. So my primo Juan, when I was like 8, 9 years old, he used to freestyle a lot. You know what I mean? So he used to freestyle, and I'd be like, man, how do you do that? You know, and he'd be like, oh, you rhyme some words. So I would freestyle, and he would give me shots of alcohol.
Woo!
Like, you know, because I was a little homie at all the house parties, drinking, getting drunk.
Yeah.
He would carry me home and shit. You know, so yeah, so I was that little fool, like 9, 10, you know, getting fucked up. But anyway, so yeah, so he inspired me to, like, you know, I thought he intrigued me by the skill, you know. So I wanted to rap. So I would bust little flows, and he would give me little, you know, incentives like drinking and shit like that. And
right.
So eventually that developed. So then I got into I was put into like a group home when I was like 11, 12 years old in San Diego. And I remember one of my roommates, his name was Alex, an emo rocker dude. And I just remembered he would always be writing in his booklet all day long. And one day I said, hey man, what are you writing? All I ever see you do is write. That's all you're ever doing. And he's like, I write poetry. And I said, really? I said, can I read some? And I was like, this is really good. How do I learn how to do that? And he goes, you just rhyme words. You just speak what your heart feels, mostly pain or how you're feeling. We're lonely in here. We're kids, you know, whatever. And you just write about it and make it rhyme. And I was like, man, okay, let me try that. So I got a composition. And sure enough, within a month, I had like 15, 10, whatever, however many compositions filled with lyrics. And then eventually, wow, I started trying to rap them. And that's how it kind of developed and started, you know. Yeah, man, so that's pretty much how it started. And as far as my motivation, as far as inspiration in music, I grew up on the gangster rap era.
Okay.
So
the 90s.
Yeah, so you would think,
right,
and a lot of people think this because after hearing some of my raps, how hip hop it is,
yeah,
you would think I was like a Wu-Tang fan back then and shit. Right. Like I never liked none of that stuff. I grew up on Death Row, Ruthless, Dog Pound, Bone Thugs for sure.
Yeah. Shout out to Bone, by the
yeah,
way. All five are back.
All five are back.
Shout out to, speaking of back, Greenback Records, Conor McGregor. So,
hey, I hope they get DJ Unique for that album because I want to hear old Bone.
Right.
You know what I mean, I want to hear that Bone classic sound. You know what I mean? So okay, I really hope that Unique is part of that. But
shout out to Position too, the homie.
Yeah, man. Much love and respect. But yeah, so I grew up on, like I said, the G-Funk era, Dog Pound,
yeah,
Death Row,
classic
Snoop,
stuff.
Pac is my favorite artist.
Above the Law?
Not too much above the law. I got into that later, you know.
Right.
But and believe it or not, I mean, the music that I love the most is rock music, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm more of a rock, but we're speaking about rap, so yeah, but pretty much just even to this day, if it's 2003 and later, I don't listen to it. Okay. I'm like 2003. After Get Rich or Die Trying, that was it for me.
Right.
Like that. After that era was the Lean With It, Rock With It era. I wasn't, none of that.
What about the early days of the game, the documentary?
That was 2003.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a dope album.
I remember when that came out.
That was a dope album. Yeah.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was around the time that I learned how to do that. As soon as I got out of that, I bought a computer and started getting little equipment here and there.
Making beats?
Yeah, so then I started making beats. I started making my own beats. And, you know, like everybody starts. And all you kids out there, or teenagers, or even grown-ass men, don't stop. You need to put in 10,000 hours of your craft in order to master your craft. 10,000 hours. That's like fucking 10 years.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And a lot of you artists, you know what I mean? Just keep perfecting your craft. Man, if you really want to dive into this conversation, we can talk about how I feel about what music is today, where rap is fucking going today. Because I don't talk about none of that in these other podcasts, man. But
talk about it, man. Let's fast forward to the current state of hip hop, man. You know, particularly West Coast music.
I feel it's trash.
Okay.
I feel it's trash.
Is anybody vibing? You vibing with anybody, or you?
I actually like the Yodis.
Okay, shout out to the Yotes.
So the Yotes are the ones that inspired me to rap again.
Yeah.
Because they're the only ones with lyrical essence and that just that fucking that hip hop, man. Today I feel individuality is lost in rap. Everybody sounds exactly the same with the exclusion of a few artists that have individuality, that have their own sound, that are creating their own sound. I said, but for the most part, everybody's stuck on the auto-tune. Everybody's lyrics are trash. Whatever happened to lyricism, being an artist, that's all gone. Everything's about blickies and just dumbass shit. Even for my own people as Chicanos, I feel that we lack individuality. I feel we lost our culture. You know what I'm saying? I feel it's being, you know what I mean, washed out by everybody trying to be somebody else that they're not. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I just feel like hip hop is in the fucking. I don't know, man. We need a hip hop savior, man.
Well, maybe you are that savior.
Oh no, I'm not that though. I'm a dinosaur, bro. People hear my raps, Mac, and they're just like, "Oh, you got some spit. Oh, but you do hip hop. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, this is rap, bro. Like,
nah, it's rap.
It's rap. What do you mean? Oh, you rap old school. What's rap old school? What, lyricism?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean being a real rapper?
Wordplay?
Oh, fucking wordplay? That's old? Oh, then I'm batshit old. You know, I'm fucking dinosaur fucking shit, you know?
Right.
But yeah, man, I really hope that, but slowly I'm starting to hear music, like, that's why I say the Yotes inspired me, because if they're blowing up and making moves, I mean, they got features with Shaq, they got features with Ab-Soul. They just recently did one. They have features with everybody, man.
Yeah, they're grinding. Shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. And hey, I told you guys from the jump when I shot your video and I shot everything, man, you guys inspired me to do this music shit again. Because when I see crowds thinking that your shit is dope, that gives me hope, because what you're doing is hip hop.
Yeah.
And real lyricism. You're speaking real substance. I feel rap lacks substance these days.
Yeah.
You know, whatever happened to the woke era? Remember that shit?
Yeah.
And fucking all them fools, you know, speaking life into you. Lauryn Hill and empowering women. That shit is obsolete these days.
Right.
These female rappers are telling women to be more hood rats and be more hoes and to take from their baby daddy and just be a straight fucking skeezer. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like common decency as a human being is gone, man. Like, it's not being implemented in music the right way, which I feel that's an industry thing. I feel like they're purposely doing that, you know what I mean? But I feel hopefully that curve comes back, and where people get so tired of hearing the same shit that when they hear something that's speaking life into you, it's just a game changer, it's just a breath of fresh air, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, man, you know, musically, I think you're gifted, man. I like, you know, the messages that you're spitting. My advice would be, keep going, man. Don't drop the mic. Keep running with it. And you can't control what other people are doing or saying, but what you do have control of is what comes out of Smitty's mouth,
right?
And out of Smitty's mic.
Right.
And so, you know, I think you're blessed, bro, and you've got a gift. So I really like your flow, man. I like what you have to say. So my advice is, and I'm calling you out on this show, episode 54, hello, Smitty, I ain't gonna let you stop, man. I'm gonna keep pushing you, man. You know, like a woman giving birth, man. I'm gonna keep pushing you, player.
We did talk about that off the mic, that I was having thoughts of not doing music anymore. You know what I mean? I remember we were talking about that, and that's where you're
So what is your next move?
Well, I already have a lot invested into these next songs already. You know what I mean?
They've already been fully recorded and mixed and all that?
Well, I'm just waiting for the features, but they're already promised. So I'm just waiting, being patient.
But your part is done.
But my parts are done. Everything's done. I'm just waiting on the features, and they're really dope. So, like I said, what people don't know about me is music was my first love.
Right.
Music was my heart. Music was,
before anything else.
Before anything else, and I seem to forget the reason why I even did music. It was therapy. It saved my life. I grew up in some dark ass times, man. My childhood was very dark. It was, you know, I'm not to play a sob story, but it was pretty fucked up, man. Excuse my language, but music saved me, bro. Poetry, writing in those books, recording my music, speaking about how I felt, you know, in my heart, that saved me, bro. But the industry and the cloud of it and all that just warped. And I feel it's for all of us. anybody in the beginning, and I've talked to a lot of producers and artists who are in the game heavy, and now they don't really care for it no more.
Right.
Because the business side of it sucked all the passion out of it. When you start having to pay your bills and everything else like that, those garage days where you're up with the homies for a whole weekend straight making song after song when it was passionate, to now doing it just because you want to get paid and because this and that, and then you have people blackballing you, and you have people not showing you love because it's a pay-to-play game, and you have this, and there's so many different scenarios, you know, that you can be getting love from this person, that person, but then these certain promoters in your area just hate on you, or because someone else doesn't like you that's friends with them, there's a domino effect, and this is a blackball situation. And so all those situations can just devastate you and just kill the passion. So as the years went on, man, like I seem to forget why I even did music, and because I've been doing this filming for so long.
Yeah.
But I seem to forget that how much I miss the art of flow and just music, just busting rhymes and just writing flows, and sitting in my car just writing, and I'm giggling and shit like a fucking schoolgirl and shit, because I'm like, oh, that was dope. Oh man, shit, that was tight. It came to me so quick. You know? So it's like, and the little joys that I got from that, that I haven't felt in so long. You know what I mean? So that's why I tell everyone, man, do what you love. If you're passionate about something, man, do it. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter if it doesn't pay you shit, if it doesn't do anything. If it feeds your soul and it makes you happy, do it, man, because life is short, and we gotta just do what makes us happy in this world, man, because there's so many distractions and there's so many things that wanna put us down in this world. You know what I mean? So stay true to you, stay true to your heart, and do what you love. You know what I mean?
Right. And to piggyback off of what you said, you made a very valid point. You know, it's 2025, you know, the game has changed, everything has shifted. It's a different culture musically. But I also feel like, man, and I know you feel this way in your heart as well, no matter what the politics say or how that plays out over there, if you just stay focused and dialed in with the talent that you have, eventually something's gonna pop, man. And whether it pops like a Pop-Tart or it goes through the roof, we have yet to know, right? But you're gonna have that moment where you have that realization that, okay, it's coming full circle. Now it's starting to make sense. And I believe that if you have the drive and the talent and the passion, which I know you do, I've seen it firsthand, if you keep doing repetitions, and you go around all the nonsense and the politics, I think eventually you're gonna go from first base and you're gonna steal home. You're gonna slide right in and be safe. So that's just my analogy, my little 2 cents. I hope you can appreciate that, man. But I feel like
I appreciate everything.
I feel like that means a lot.
All I can do is hope that if that day ever does happen, that God has the right the right amount of light in me to handle it and to do right with it. You know,
right?
Because a lot of people are blessed with the platform and they use it just to promote filth and bullshit. Right. You know, and I hope that at that point that God has me right where I need to be, so that I can make the right moves. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. And speaking of God, you know, I'm a man of faith myself. Talk about your relationship, man, and your spirituality. You know, how did that come about? Was there a come to Jesus moment?
There was.
Talk to me about that process, man, and not only how it started, but how you've grown over the years up to now.
Man, everybody who knows me from back then knows I wasn't like that. You know what I mean? I wasn't godly. I never thought I would talk to God ever again. I was anti-God for many years. You know, blasphemous and just all that. And it was when my grandma, which I consider my mom, she passed away in 2020. And my
condolences.
Thank you. It really set me back, bro. Like, it really shook my core and shattered my foundation as a man. You know, all the suppressed pain from all the years, it all just came out. So when it came to full circle, when I was healing, I told her I want to see you again. You know, and I believe that there's a heaven, and I believe that after this life we be with our loved ones. And I believe that if you do wrong in this world, and you know, everybody pays for what they do. So it was in that time where I just said, man, like, I want to see you again. And one day I was truck driving for my friend, and I was in the middle of Utah, and I just heard a voice in my head said, hey, And when it was so pure, like almost like my grandma's voice, that I couldn't tell it like, hey, fuck off, you know? Like it was almost disrespectful. So I just said, what? And it just said, I love you.
Mm.
And I just started crying, man. Like,
On the road.
On the road in the middle of nowhere. Now, you know, I try to say like, I try to make excuses sometimes, but, or in the beginning, I try to make excuses. Now there is no coincidences. It's God. You know, to say it was a coincidence, you're not giving the credit to him. You know what I mean? So it's disrespectful. But in the beginning, I try to make excuses. I was like, oh, I was probably delirious. I was driving for 15 hours. I was just delirious. But now it all makes sense, you know, like, but yeah, so that was the start of that. And then I said to God, I said, forgive me for all the blasphemy. Forgive me for all my wrongs. You know, I'll never speak out against you again. And after that, I just started talking into in my head for a year. And I finally told him, I'm gonna come to your house one day, you know? And then I started going to church. And I'm no Bible thumper, man. I'm no Bible thumper today. I'm not super hardcore into it, but I know that I love going and I love being in the presence of his word and his love. And I love being around his people who have God in their hearts.
That's dope.
And today I've never had peace in my whole life, bro, until now. Yeah. God equals peace to me. You know what I mean? And the more that I'm around, the more that I grow more closer to him, the more I'm getting more distant from the world as far as like, man, like the peace. Once you have so much peace, it's like hugging your mom. Everything else away from her, you don't feel safe. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel like when I'm getting closer to him and I'm praying to him, and I just feel like a big old hug, like everything's gonna be all right. You're gonna be okay. You know what I mean? And that's some of the things that I was telling you earlier about, you know, being a dad and not having no guidance and stuff like that. It's really weighing down on me, man. So like a kid, I'm running towards this, man. I'm running towards God because I have nobody in my life like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm seeking his love. I'm seeking his guidance. I'm constantly saying, God, whatever's not meant for me, take it away from me. Whatever's meant for me, bring any opportunities, present me the door and I'll walk through it. You know, like and now that everything that happens, I feel safe because I know that what I prayed for that morning, I know what I pray for every day. So anything that comes my way, I know it's from God. You know what I mean? And I'm just trying. And a lot of people might watch and be like, man, like I remember how I used to be. Even close friends. Some close friends have fallen off this year. It's 2025 and it's the year of reveal. There's so many people that are going to reveal themselves this year that are not for you or that were against you. And so many people are coming out the woodworks, and I'm just like, man, as much as it hurts me, I get on my knees and I say, thank you, God, for giving me what I asked for. Right. You know what I mean? And, but yeah, man, so that's how that built. And I'm in church, you know, like all the time. And I have to say this too. You don't have to go to church to be close to God. You don't have to be go to church for that. Real talk. You could be in your home and just talk to him and seek, you know, if you're feeling empty inside and you're feeling lost, or you're seeking another way and you have no other options. That was me. I had so much going on for me and I was doing so well, but I still felt empty inside. I felt the void and I felt no peace. And I was almost starting to feel like I was insane because I didn't have any peace. And it was until, you know, people always say, you need God. I would be like, I don't need shit. You know, I need more money. I need more this. I need more that. Right. That was my mentality until I finally went through A through Z and said, okay, I did all the things that I thought I needed instead of him. Now I'm going to try him. And as soon as I did that, man, I was just like, this is the answer, you know? Like, it filled me. It filled the void. You know, life isn't still perfect, you know what I mean? But it's never supposed to be. You know what I mean? We're constantly supposed to be evolving and growing, and the lessons never stop. That's where wisdom comes in. You know what I mean? Yeah. The lessons never stop in life. So I'm thankful to God that I came to my senses, and that because my only goal today and here on forward is just to be a good man, bro. I just want to be a good man, do right by others. You know what I mean? And just do right by myself. You know what I mean? Right. Be an example for my kids to be good men. Grow up to be gentlemen. You know, I'm not perfect, like I said, and there's some mistakes that I keep making, you know, in my fatherhood, but that's why I keep seeking guidance and I keep seeking counsel from God. Hopefully he puts the strength in my heart to do the right things, you know what I mean?
Right.
and to be the father that I know I can be, you know.
Right.
And yeah, man, I'm just, you know, it's been a beautiful thing. But yeah, man, you don't have to go to church to be close to God. I just go because it's obedience.
Right.
It's making time out of my crazy schedule for God. Even though you can make it anywhere, it's just me, I feel, if I have to do, you know what I mean, for me to be obedient. Everybody operates differently. But me, I feel like, man, like out of my crazy schedule, for me to drive there, sit there, no matter how tired I am, burnt out, that's my obedience of me saying, I'm giving my time for you. You know what I mean? Because I feel as men and as people, we ask so much from God. Give, I need. But what do we ever give him? What do we ever sacrifice for him? You know what I mean?
Look at how much he sacrificed for us.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
it's crazy how much I've grown, man. Sometimes I hear myself talk and I'm just like, damn, dude, like the younger me is like,
Yeah.
who are you?
A full 180, right?
A full 180. And like I said, I'm not perfect, man. I talk a lot of shit and I'm still wild a little bit, but the goal is in the end to be closer to the man and to be pure, man. You know what I mean? Like no man is no man will ever fill the shoes of Jesus, you know what I mean?
No.
But to be righteous and have his love within us and show his love within to everybody that we come across on this earth, that's the goal. You know what I mean? Just to be righteous. That's just what I'm focusing on as a man right now. I'm very in tune. That's why I say for the music, when we're talking about the music, that's where I'm kind of in the line. Do I even want to do this anymore? Because the negativity that music comes with, all the people coming out of the woodwork, showing their true colors. I'm in the pocket right now in life, in the chapter where I want my peace, man. You know what I mean? And if something that I love is gonna bring me chaos and drama and bring me out of my character, because people like to test nuts, you know what I mean? It's just like, do I even want to do this anymore?
Yeah.
You have to prioritize and weigh it out. What's worth it? Is you know, is this bringing me more pain and more drama than it is joy and happiness? I mean, you know, and opportunity. You know, you have to weigh it out and see what's more important. But as of right now, I'm going to continue doing the records and try to have fun. I'm not going to let a couple speed bumps, you know, because everybody, even in a business and life, you're always going to go through speed bumps.
Right.
But after a certain amount of time, I'm going to have to evaluate what's really going on and what's worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's shift gears a little bit and talk about the San Gabriel Valley, SGV,
Yep.
where you're from. Talk to me about that element culturally and how that affected you, not only as a youngster, but even today, some of those experiences in that environment. Talk to me about that.
Well, you know, like I said, growing up, you know, from like 8 to like almost 18 years old, I grew up in the system. But when I wasn't,
YA?
No. More so at 8 years old, it was foster homes. Then it went to group homes. Then it went to lockdown facilities, 14 outstage. Then it went to camps and all that other shit. You know what I mean? So, so when I wasn't in those places, you know, I was home at my grandma's house, you know, and in the SGV, Rolling Heights, and yeah, man, growing up in there, you know, like I didn't have a lot of, like I said, you don't have, when you're grew up in abusive households and stuff like that, you seek love from the street, you know, you seek love from your friends,
right?
And unfortunately, you know, the love that was in those was, you know, getting jumped into things and you know, that's the way I always define it. Everyone's like, why do people join things like that? And I say, well, here is a little group of friends that you have, and you join that group of friends. Well, there just so happens to be another group of friends on the other street that don't like your group of friends. And unfortunately, that's where fights happen and stuff like that. It just so happens that this group of friends has a name title for them, and that group of friends has another name title, and they don't like each other. Why? Even though we've went to elementary school together, but we just don't like each other now. We chose sides. And it's a sickening thing, and it's why the system was created. There's division, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, growing up in the SGV, man, I mean, I loved it. I mean, just like everybody else, you know, everybody loves where they're from. We have memories, key experiences and trials and tribulations in those times,
Right.
in that area, and it's home no matter what. But I also know that home is where you make it nowadays. You know what I mean? My home is with my kids. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah,
Respect.
man. I loved it, man. From, you know, that whole area. You know, just my dad's from that area, from Baldwin Park.
Okay.
You know, I have cousins from Puente, right across the tracks. I have, you know, I just love that area, man. You know what I mean? It's home. It's home, man. It's home.
Right. That's dope. Let's pivot to sports. You know, this show is predicated on sports and hip hop culture.
Yes, sir.
I would be remiss if we don't go there. So we're going to touch on the deportes. Basketball. You a Laker guy? You a Laker fan? You better not say Clippers. Nah, I'm just playing.
No, I'm serious though. So growing up, everybody liked the Lakers.
Oh, okay.
And I was the one guy where if everyone's going left, I'm going fucking right.
Okay, so you a Clipper fan.
So if I
right.
had to choose an LA team, it is the Clippers. I used to always say I'm a Clippers fan. Like, oh, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a Clippers. But originally, if we're gonna be real, which that's all we can be in this life, I'm a Chicago Bulls fan.
Michael Jordan.
So I'm about to be 35 in June.
Okay.
Growing up, the first teams I ever saw was the Chicago Bulls, Space Jam, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dennis Rodman.
The
Yeah.
weirdo. You know what I'm saying?
Steve Kerr.
All of them were on there. Pippen.
Paxson.
Everybody was
Right.
on that team, the all-star team.
Phil Jackson, the coach.
It was an amazing time for that team.
Yeah.
And I grew up as a young kid seeing that from Space Jam, and then I would look further into it, and
Yeah.
you know, and it wasn't until I was older that the colors didn't fit my lifestyle, that the lifestyle that I chose, and
Right.
things like that. But yeah, I've always, at that time, I'll always love the Bulls in my heart like that. But if I had to pick a team these days, it's definitely not the Lakers.
Okay. Hey, you're a man. You true to your word. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I'm a Laker fan, so shout out to the Lakers.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to the Clippers too. I mean,
They ain't doing shit, but I'm gonna claim them. You know?
hey, Steve Ballmer. You know, they built the Intuit Dome. They're in Inglewood now. They got their own identity. They kind of They're trying to break away from the shadow of the Lakers,
Yeah.
right? So I do like their owner. Shout out to Steve Ballmer. I need you on this show, okay? Whoever's watching that got to connect with Steve Ballmer and the Clippers front office, tap in with your boy Mack B, okay? Please, sportshotmedia@gmail.com, by the way. But at the end of the day, I respect that. Now, what about football? Raiders? Cowboys. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That surprised me a little bit.
All my
Why Dallas?
All my family's Cowboys fans.
Okay.
Since a kid, man, I've always loved Cowboys.
Right.
Emmett Smith, you know what I mean? Like,
They had the squad back then.
oh, it was.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
They were balling.
Yeah. I mean, we're full of, just like many teams, we're full of disappointment these days.
Yeah.
The roller coaster, win, playoffs, boom. We play great to the playoffs, and we just drop the ball the first 2 games or whatever, you know? So it's always an emotional, but that's what sports is for, you know what I mean? You just hope, and I don't know, but I love it, man. I got a closet full of Cowboy shit, you know?
Right.
So these recent little moves that the team is making, I don't know, man. It's just a little
A
upsetting.
little bit
but,
questionable decision.
yeah, but you know what? We're gonna see what happens, and you know, like most people who root for their team, win or lose, you know, it's Dallas Cowboys for life.
Okay. What about them Dodger boys? Tell me. Yes?
Oh, of course.
All right, give me
All day
some of
long.
that.
All day long.
Shout out to the Dodgers, by the way.
You know what's funny? I got offered opening day tickets, and because I didn't go,
okay.
but I should have.
Q pulled up in
I
the drop
know.
top. I'm like,
The 57,
the
man.
57?
Oh,
Dodger blue with the trophy? Shout out to Ice Cube, by the way.
Man.
That was dope, man. I wish I would have went. I didn't know that he was going to be there and do all that.
Yeah, man. That's
You
cool.
know, but that was dope. I saw the little clips and the little footage. That was sick.
Well, I'm definitely gonna go, man. I'm gonna
Hey,
get
man,
some
we
tickets.
let's make it a plan, man. Let's try to link up.
Let's do it,
and
man.
Get one in.
Let's
you know?
do it.
Solomon, you down?
Maybe.
Maybe. What's maybe?
Man, I hate that LA traffic, man.
Hey, man, that's why they have something
Don't worry.
called Uber.
Right in the back seat, you'll be straight.
We'll make it happen, though. We got to make that happen,
Let's do
man.
it.
Yeah,
I know a guy with season tickets, so.
Oh, okay. You got the plug.
Yeah, we can make it happen for sure.
Okay.
It's cheap, too. He just, it's good.
Yeah, man. You know, out there soaking up the scene, some Dodger dogs.
Yeah.
Throwing back a couple brewskis, you know. I'm with it.
And it's at the lodge. It's in the lodge section, so it's covered with the shade. So
Okay.
Yeah.
That's even better, man.
It is, man. I don't like baking out there, you know.
No, hey, and that's why the night games are even better.
Oh, I love it.
You know what I mean? Because then you ain't got to worry about the heat. You know?
Yeah.
Shout out to the Dodgers. Can they repeat and go back to back? I believe the Dodgers are primed to repeat again and hoist up the trophy again back to back. No team has done it, by the way, in the last 25 years.
Yeah.
The last team to do that was the New York Yankees, to go back to back. So it's been a minute. We'll see how it plays out. And, you know, we're going to keep it rocking and rolling.
What about hockey? You're not a hockey fan?
You know, I love hockey. I love hockey. I like the Kings.
I've
always liked the Kings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking way back.
I've always liked hockey since a kid. It just fascinated me how you can beat the shit out of somebody and they don't trip. It's part of the game. I love that, man. I was like, dude, this is badass.
It's even more fun when you like they're live.
Yeah, it's so
because you hear all the sounds
and you cheering them on and
they up against the glass and all the contact and the fights. I'd be like, man.
Yeah, man.
WrestleMania on ice, right?
Yeah, man. It's dope.
You know, but nah, man. That's another thing on the bucket list, man. I've never been to an LA Kings game.
What? For real?
Never. I need to go. I've been to a hockey game before, but just not the Kings.
Yeah.
You know, so I got to get that in, man. Maybe we'll try to line that up too.
It's a great experience.
It is. Just wear a nice sweater.
Yeah, because it's cold in there.
Cold as shit in there.
Yeah.
You know what trips me out, fellas, and y'all can confirm this because y'all been. All my homies are telling me, man, there'd be a lot of women at these.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they be into it more than the guys.
Yeah.
I'll be like, what?
Well, think about it. Hockey players are like firemen. You know what I mean? That's how women look at them. Look at them like they're all hunks.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, we're going to have to try to make that and squeeze that in the little schedule, man, when we can all free up. I know we all hella busy, but we can make it happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's all good.
It's a common interest. So, you know what I mean? It definitely can happen.
Right. Well, I told you at top of the show, we got a special treat for you. It's episode 54. Smitty's on the couch, but he gonna hop up and give y'all a live performance. His new single, Get Your Boogie On, featuring Kokane, and the two talk boxers, they fly as hell. So y'all keep it locked. Don't you go nowhere.
Sports Hop exclusive. Shout out to Mack B. Solomon, what up? Lolo Streetwear. Check it out. I'm just sitting here thinking about the good old days on the block with a 40 chillin' on one ways with the homies getting higher than a skyrise crane. Then some giraffe pussy and the broke ass days. It was me, Dagger, Fader, Rocky, Taker, Toka, D-Lo, Goofy. I posted 40 deep chillin' at the park waiting for the shit to crack as it gets crazy at the door. Brown bagging with a Cobra, chips on my shoulder, snatching G-Rods at the Fairplex and Pomona drunk driver. But no Colt 45, this one right here for all my Southsiders. From the streets to the yard, then back to the boulevard. This is for all my ghetto stars. Get your boogie on. Homies gon' do your thing, yeah, but get your boogie on. Go and throw up that set you bang, yeah, but get your boogie on. Homies gon' do your thing. All I wanna do is show love. I used to be a hateful motherfucker, yeah, my mind in the slums. I do this rap shit for fun. Kicking back, spitting raps till there's no more air in my lungs. Let's take it back to 2002, before a young motherfucker ever knew what to do. Posted up at them house parties, drinking some booze, up till 6 in the morning, waking way past noon. Smoking on that white widow, homie, past them shrooms. On the driveway, tripping summer up by the moon. I'm a motherfucking fool. Everybody knows it, but got love in my heart. God told me I was chosen, I'ma bounce, rock, skate, roll, elbows up, getting down on the dance floor. It's all love and respect, let the heart reflect, but fuck the bullshit, this is for the ghetto vets. Get your boogie on. Homies gon' do your thing, yeah, but get your boogie on. Go and throw up that set you bang, yeah, but get your boogie on. Homies gon' do your thing, yeah, but get your boogie on. Homies gon' do your thing, yeah.
I never dare anybody to cross that line. Ain't nobody gon' stop my shot. I mean her and him and you and you. You like do.
I wipe the shit off my shoe. G's don't dance, we boogie.
Getting talked in the rod.
Blowing cookies.
And if you speaking on me, you better say it to my face.
Cause me and my Vato homies don't play. Shout out to Kokane. You already know, Sports Hop, Mack B, Solomon, Smitty Smith. Y'all already know, follow, like, subscribe, and do the damn thing, homie. West Side, West Coast. Black and brown unity. We're shared in peace, love, and hospitality. You already know how to go, shit. And I'm off this one. Peace.
Woo! That was some fire, man. Shout out to RKeyzz and Dusty Fuller on the talk box. You had not just one, you had the dynamic duo. I like how their styles kind of blend together and complement each other. And then Kokane, I mean, you know, that's just a legend. I don't need to say no more than just his name. You know what Kokane can bring to the table, but man, that was a hot record, man. I really love what you did with that. Make sure y'all go cop that single. Get your boogie on. Smitty doing big things. And before we let you go, family, tell everybody out there watching the show, how can they find you on social media? Talk to me.
Man, so you can find me on Instagram at Directed by Smitty. The single is available everywhere. Tidal, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, everywhere. Just type up Get Your Boogie On by Smitty Smith, and it's going to pop up. But yeah, man, I pretty much just do Instagram these days, man. I don't really do the Facebook or anything else like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's where they can find me, Directed by Smitty.
And you already know what time it is. Tap in with your player partner on social media platforms at Mack B, MACKB as in boy, _, at Sports Hop Media, Sports SPORTS, Hop HOP, Media MEDIA. So episode 54 is in the books. I got Smitty on the couch. It's your boy Mack B, and we got Solomon in the building. Yeah.
Much love, man.
Thanks for watching Sports Hop. For all the latest news on hip hop and sports, subscribe here and keep it locked. It's your boy Mack B.